You're listening to Police, the podcast from the Police Federation of England and Wales. To find out more, visit polfed.org. You can listen and download our podcasts via most podcast platforms. Simply search for Police, the podcast from the Police Federation of England and Wales.
Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in to today's podcast. I'm Mel Warnes. I'm the Deputy National Secretary for the Police Federation of England and Wales. Part of my role is to work with the National Secretary on pay and conditions. And in today's podcast, we're going to be talking about My Last Set, which is all part of the Copped Enough campaign, which I'm sure you've all heard about. So, as I said, today we're going to talk about My Last Set, which is a small part of that campaign. We've been going out asking you what's important to you, and we want feedback from you in order to build those conditions that I just spoke about, the pay and conditions, build evidence in relation to then take to the pay review body as evidence as to why we're asking for certain allowances, why we think pay should be at a certain level, and the like. So today's a really important time to talk about what you fed back to us about your experiences during your last set of shifts. A lot of it, unfortunately, wasn't surprising to hear, but there's some real detail that you've given us that is quite shocking around what you've been experiencing. So we came to our last set as a result, actually, of the police reform white paper that came out from the government. We know that reform is overdue in policing. It's not working as it should, and it's our officers, our membership, you guys and girls out there who are paying the price. So we sent out some questions to you all around what your last set looks like. So what you'll hear is actually voice of actors, because a lot of our membership were concerned that if they were identified and filmed themselves, they may be victimised by their force about the sort of things they're saying, particularly around, staffing levels, how they're treated, etc. So what you'll hear today on the podcast is actors' voices, but what they're saying are the actual words that you, our membership, fed back to us from the questions that we asked about your last set of shifts. And it's more than just when you've been at work, it's what happens when you go home. Or if you've missed in family time, family events because of work, because you've had a rest day cancelled, you were thinking you were going to be going somewhere to celebrate something with your family, all of a sudden you're working. And literally how you felt, all about your feelings at the start of the shift, but also how you felt at the end of the shift. I would like to personally thank every single one of you that replied to the questions that we sent out around your last set of shifts. I know for some it would have been incredibly difficult to write about the experiences that you've had during that last set, but the time and effort that you took in order to do that is massive to us, and I would really like to say thank you so much to you all. Now, we've worked alongside local branches with regards to this, but I want to reassure you that we have read every single answer that you have written to us. We've reviewed them all, and as I say, we've fed back to some of the branches and worked alongside around what's happening in forces without identifying anybody and keeping that anonymity very clear. So thanks again to everybody. Now let's take a listen to some of those testimonials.
On our last night shift, we were under half our minimum staffing.
I'm carrying 23 live investigations.
Rest days? What are those? I've got 80 to take. I'm the senior investigating officer in one case. I'm not actually qualified to do that yet, but there was no one else to take it.
On our last night shifts, the Friday and the Saturday, we had 11 and 13 on each respective night, half of what our minimum staffing level should be.
Backup felt so far away. There simply are not enough officers available.
Some have had enough of policing. And I've got a couple heading out to Australia to do the same job for more money.
I guess if it goes wrong, it'll all be my fault.
Last week, I was told to go to the hospital to do a bed watch for somebody we had arrested. There I was, sitting next to the bed of a violent criminal, typing up a statement at 4 a.m.
I worked 67 hours in 4 days. One shift was 21 hours.
If I had been assaulted, or if this person had made off from police custody, guess who'd be blamed?
Minimum staffing isn't a minimum anymore, it's a suggestion.
In the last couple of weeks, we've dealt with hangings, suicides, sexual assault, missing children, robberies. You name it, we've dealt with it. And all of them have a victim at the heart of it. Victims who aren't getting the service they deserve.
I was kicked, grabbed by the throat. I left work at 7 a.m. with a broken finger. I missed my son's first day at nursery.
By the end of the week, I feel deflated, overwhelmed, exhausted.
There is no family time. When I come home, I'm just emotionally and mentally dead inside.
I've decided to retire 5 years early.
I've missed school plays, parents' evening, birthdays, Christmas. I've missed grieving with my family.
We're running on goodwill. Good officers doing more than what they're paid for. Because if we don't, nobody else will.
I used to love this job. Now I feel anxious before every shift.
Everything is a priority. So nothing is.
I feel the numbness starting. It's like your mind builds a layer to protect you. That's not how policing should feel.
Tiredness is a killer, and that's where mistakes get made.
We are overworked.
Underpaid.
Under threat.
This was my last set.
But this is every set.
I don't know about you, but I found that really hard to hear, those testimonials from our colleagues that are going through difficulties every single day. I'd like to tell you about why we've done this and why we've asked these questions. We need to get this information out into the public domain. It's not about keeping it all within the policing community. This is a piece of work that we need to have outside of policing so that the public know the struggles that you, my colleagues, are facing every single day. And we get that message out to the public using platforms like YouTube, by doing podcasts like this today, by showing videos at conferences, because things can't carry on as they are. We need change. You've heard me talk about this already, but I'm going to just cover a few details around the Copped Enough campaign. Now, the campaign already has tens of thousands of signatures on our digital picket line, and that's showing support for policing. So I would encourage you to go on the Police Federation England and Wales website and add your digital signature to the picket line. And encourage yourself to do that, to get your family members and all your friends to do that, to show support in policing. Now, this helps us grow that support, and then we can use that support to help implement change in the future. I did mention earlier that we'd be asking for some more testimonials, and I can assure you of two things. First, every single one will be read. And secondly, that we will treat that information in the absolute strictest of confidence, and your identity will be protected. It's so important to get the information from you, for you to share your experiences with us, and that helps us build an even stronger case for change. So thanks very much for listening for today.
Thanks very much for listening. To find out more, visit polfed.org or email podcast@polfed.org. This podcast is brought to you by the Police Federation of England and Wales. Have your say. Contact us via most social media platforms. Simply search for Police Federation of England and Wales. If there's an issue you'd like us to feature, then email us via podcast@polfed.org.